Alright, we are going to be playing another Modern Masters draft. Turns out I didn't realize they had the Phantom ones open. The original announcement said they wouldn't be open until next week. They said it was started a week early, and I'm happy about that because I don't like having to rare draft, and you absolutely have to in this format. And also, it's going to be cheaper. I can mess around more. In this case, I think I'm going to try and force Seprolings, or Thalids, whatever you call it, just because it just seems like a fun deck to play. Potentially powerful. Just want to do either that or like a 5-color domain / sunburst deck. So one of those, if possible. We'll see. Alrighty, well, the foil City of Brass is not the pick, probably. I haven't even looked at the rest of it, but it was just so shiny I could not look at it. So, if we're looking to force the archetype I wanted to force, it's probably Trump the Domains, super good overrun type effect. And it might be the best card regardless anyway. Like Riftwing Cloudskate is also very good. These are all like, everything in this set is playable, but it doesn't mean it's ideal, basically. So, Trump the Domains, get in there. Well, okay, this is an interesting choice here. So we can either get another Trump the Domains, or Search for Tomorrow, or Kodama's Reach. Kodama's Reach is more important to the 5-color deck. Search for Tomorrow is more important to the Thalid deck. Actually, this is the most important to the Thalid. I think we'll try and split them down the middle and take the Search for Tomorrow. It's important to get your fixing early if you want to actually get this 5-color thing going. And a little bit of ramp is nice for the Thalids because they've got some nice 4 and 5 drops. Awfully nice 4 and 5 drops. So let's get in there with that. And Mold Drifter is just ridiculous. I think that's going to be the pick. Echoing Courage would also be fine. We might be getting cut out of the deck we want it to be. We would probably splash for Mold Drifter anyway. Like this card, this is just it's ridiculous. Like it has the option to be Divination, or you can play it as a 5-drop, and it's like a 3-for-1. Because you get 2 cards and 2/2 flyer, which is reasonable. And I heard that R&D has decided that the cost of drawing a card should be 2 colorless over whatever the normal cost was. So if you think of a Windrake, that's 2 and a blue. So to draw 2 cards on that, it should be 6 and a blue instead it's 4 and a blue. So that's just ridiculously undercosted, and that's before you even take into account that it should be losing something from the evoke cost. The flexibility of that, you have to factor that in somehow. Well, doesn't look like our pack. Like we could take Sylvan Bounty for some more mana fixing, or just go into Rebels for no particular reason, other than looks like they're probably open. Could not be. Apocrypsite's also pretty good. You can put it in any deck. So I'll take Apocrypsite. I got some Vivid stuff. Yeah, I haven't seen any Thalids yet, so I think we're going to have to get out of that strategy. Also, I haven't seen much ramp other than the first one. That was the second pick, Search for Tomorrow, so doesn't mean that much. So these cards are not great. I'm going to take a Vivid Creek, I guess. Sure. There's a Thallid. It's not a great one, though. So if we empty out of Thallids, we could just be like, none of these cards are super great anyway. I think I'll just take the Search for Tomorrow, and maybe we'll keep going for the 5-color type thing. And then I just want to take cards with land fixing like that, and Domain and Sunburst and stuff, and any bomb with just one color. Oh well, say Thallids weren't open, and then you see these two great Thallids. That's not the great one, although it's great in the Thallid deck. But this is great in pretty much. It's very good in any deck. So yeah, I'll take this one. Although he has a more powerful effect, potentially. But I'll take him. All right, so Thallids are open. They just weren't being opened, or yeah, they're open, not opened. And let's just go in for that. Just look at the cost. So the choice here is between Citadel, whatever, Wood Readers, and Gleam of Resistance. I'm gonna take the creature because this one's a little tricky. We need to get some more creatures in here. Trump the Domain's Wield, that's pretty crazy. Vivid Grove would also be pretty good, but we'll take Trump the Domains. And I think we have. We may or may not want this Echoing Courage. I think it's going to be better. Well, let's take the Amaru Seekers. No, let's stay in green for a second. The Seekers would be fine because I'd probably run the Rebel Seekers, because like green in this format just has like the only 2-drop at common is the Thallid Wall guy, which is okay, I guess, if you're in Thallids, but any other deck it's bad. And then there's like an uncommon 2-drop that you have to be a little bit, it has some upsides. Alright, so I guess Rebels are like totally wide open. We could, I guess we'll just take the Sylvan Bounty. It's a way to fix your mana, and then if you have tons of mana, you can just gain 8 life instead. It's okay. Hope not to run it, but see how that goes. Echoing Courage, I don't want to have, I definitely probably don't want to run 2 of those. I definitely don't want to run any more than that. I'm going to take the other Worldly Journey, actually. You can do some tricks with it. Gleam of Resistance, sure. Citadel, Citadel, something, yeah. Kicker, lots the kicker. Alright, well, that's awesome, but it's not what we want. So we've got 2 Thallids to choose from. We also have Amaru Scout. Meadow Boon is also pretty good in the Thallid deck, although we might not be that white. White is the best color combination for Thallids, but you can kind of work anything green, whatever. So the way we're going, we might be just green splash white splash blue splash red if we so desire. So choice between Vanilla Thallid and Thallid Germinator. I think Thallid Germinator is a little bit better. Maybe not. Cryptic Command is insane. But it'd be so hard for us to cast. See, if we were... fortunately, this is a Phantom draft, because otherwise I'd have to decide between these two. Like, I guess Divinity of the Pride's not really worth anything, but Cryptic Command's probably worth, what, 8 tickets or something? I don't know. So, Giant Dusk Wasp is good. And then we could get Avian Changeling, which is interesting. Because you can actually even get this thing to get some spore counters on it. Potentially. Sandsower is also good if you get just, you know, tons and tons of tokens out. Skyreach Manta works well with the thingy, the 5-color stuff we may or may not be doing. I think we'll take the Sandsower. We kind of need to get some 4-drops in, I think, so. So, excellent removal. Sporelath Ancient is good for our deck. Imperiosaur and Path to Exile are just like good. This might be better in our deck. Move 2 spore counters. Ether Snipe's also just very, very good. I think we just gotta take the 1 mana like removal. Like just get rid of guys. So as much as I hate to pass this Sporelath Ancient, but so we go. Ooh, Kitchen Finks. How is this still in here? Holy crap. This is the 4th pick? Kitchen Finks is just insane. You don't even realize how good it is, but it's however good you think it is, it's better, basically. Like 3/2 for 3 mana, fine. You have to kill it twice. That's getting pretty good. You'll also gain 4 life if they kill it twice. Or if you don't have to kill it twice. You cast it, you get 2 life. If they kill it, you get 2 more life. It's just crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So... would like to get more of the Thallids, but... oops, what do we got here? That's kind of a ramp thing. Erratic Mutation is okay. Removal. It's a little bit unpredictable, but you can almost always get rid of it like a, you know, a 2/2 or something. Incremental Growth is pretty nasty if you actually get these Thallids going up. And instead of having, you know, 3/1/1 Thallids, you have a 2/2 with 3/3 and a 4/4. I think it's good. I could be wrong on that though, but I think it's good. And I guess I'm going to take it. I could take the Sightfield Recluse instead, but I think that's just going to be better for us. If we can get some more Thallids going around. Well, get another Search for Tomorrow. I think we'll go ahead and take that. And maybe we'll get a little bit more rampy. I'm not seeing too many Thallids. I don't think they're being cut. I think they're just not so much being opened so far. Alternatives, I could take Erratic Mutation, but it's 3 mana for a little funky thing. Otherworldly Journey. It's a little weird. So, okay. Huh. Maybe we were getting cut. Mana Force, Mana for whatever. It, you know, it's almost like not a card in your deck. And it can fix your mana if you're being funky, which we might be a little bit funky. Nothing else in our colors really. I guess black is just wide open. Not really a big fan of the black archetypes, the fairies, goblins, whatever. Gleam of Resistance, Petals of Insight, Narcomoeba. I think we'll just take Petals of Insight. It's just like draw 3 cards or not, whatever, your choice. And it's splashable, so it's Arcane 2, which could or could not be a thing. So Amaru Scout. It's just, man, Rebel's just wide open. Dude, I do like the Metal Boon. We need 4 drops, so I'll take it. Double white casting cost is a little tricky for us, but we could always just evoke it anyway, so. Giant Dusk Wasp, okay, sure, that's very good. That's actually a 2-drop. Imperiosaur, holy moly. Yeah, like green has some just ridiculous 4-drops. I'll take a Tarishi's Grasp for the sideboard. So what does this deck actually start to look like? Hide that. Probably hide that. So I guess this is the deck so far. Don't want to get, well, these are really disguised 1-drops. Walker of the Grove, yeah, because we might be pretty rampy. It's 8-drop or a 5-drop, depending on what you want. The evoke mechanic is kind of interesting. Sure, we'll hide that. So we might not want all these Search for Tomorrows. Probably would want 2. The 3rd one we can get rid of. We can't get rid of one of them without getting rid of all of them in this client. So that's just the way it goes. Alright. Just Grasp, not a thing. See, this is the 2-drop I was talking about, and you gotta watch out to not get yourself get your own suspend creatures nipped in the bud. So Errant Ephemeron is probably the best card in this pack. The suspend mechanic's better than it looks on the surface, but doesn't look like we're necessarily going to be able to cast that on or suspend that on turn 2. So we could take Dusk Wasp, or I think the Veteran Armorer is actually what we want here. It's another reason the Thalid deck likes to be white, because if you suddenly a bunch of 1/2 Thalid tokens is a lot better than a bunch of 1/1s. So we'll take that. Fortunately, this guy doesn't have a creature type that does stuff. Ooh, I love Reach of Branches. I think we're just gonna have to take that over Thalid Germinator, which we'd also like, but Reach of Branches is very, very good. Especially, it turns, if you draw Search for Tomorrow on turn 7, normally you're up to 6 mana, and normally doesn't really mean anything, but with Reach of Branches in your graveyard, it means something. So I'll take it. Also, it's an instant you can get people with it. Oh, Saporaloth Ancient and Thalid Germinator. Alright, I'll take Saporaloth Ancient, I guess. Hope one of these Thalid Germinators we just saw wheels somehow. I mean, it's only really, it's playable if you're not in Thalids. Ether Snipe's also pretty damn good. But let's just go with the Saproling thing. Could also cut the Thundercloud Shaman, which just wrecks my Saprolings, but we're not so heavily on it that that's required. Imperiosaur, yeah. Imperiosaur or Bound in Silence. I think we just need a little bit more removal right now. I do love the Imperiosaur, but looks like we're running at least one non-basic land, so I think we just need the removal more. It's probably actually just a better card. Pallid Mycoderm. Yeah, ooh. What is... Okay, that's not... That's more rampy. I think Pallid Mycoderm. Yeah. That's on our theme. I don't know if it's necessarily better than these other guys. Woodfall Primus is pretty good, but 8 mana is a lot. Although once he comes out, you know, I just hope he doesn't get bound in silence. Sourcebow or Thallid. This is awesome. Awesome. So, I guess we are going for the Thallid thing. I'd really like to get the giant spider variant in here that's just turns one of those colorless mana into a green mana, and then when it dies, it just comes back as a token. It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous how good that card is. Unless it gets bound in silence or exiled or something. Alright, so this is not really our pack. So we probably want to just take a land. Worn Wet Weirding is okay. I guess if we could go into Splashing Black, but we're probably not going to do that. So probably just going to keep this as a straight up overrun. Sporosaur, oh my god, the Thallids. The Thallids, oh my god, the Thallids. Yeah, they were open, it just, we didn't, the first couple of packs we saw just didn't open Thallids. But Thallids is definitely open. So we can probably hide that. Manaphors, we may want to keep Manaphors in just so we can dig through our deck to find more Thallids. Thallid. Duskwasp is... Yeah. It's either that or Dispeller's Capsule to just get rid of an artifact or enchantment, but that's it. Costs a total of 4 mana. That's a little too much. It's a lot too much. Blinding Beam is pretty... It's a decent tempo thing if we want to do it. And we don't want a third Wood Readers thing. Glacial Ray? Maybe we just want to cut that. So I guess those Germinators did not wheel. Vivid Crag. Okay. We did not need any... Yeah. I was looking for Domain or 5-color, the Sunburst cards. Did not get those. Well, we did get this 2-drop. You have to be careful because the triggered ability here is not a May. You must do it even if you have your own guys suspended on the stack. Armor, yeah. Let's get some 1/2 tokens going. Alright, so start building this thing. Alright. We're a little bit slow on the Thallids. So I have 1 2-drop that, or sorry, 1 1-drop and 1 3-drop Thallid. But then once we get into the 4s and 5s, it gets kind of ridiculous. Sure. Don't think we want that. We want those. Don't think we want that. I really don't know if this is as good as I think it is in this deck, but we'll see. It might not be that good now that I think about it. We'll see how it goes. Um, building these decks is harder. It's harder to actually build the decks than normal because we just end up with so many playables. Like Apocryphide's perfectly playable. Kitchen Finks is a must-play. Manaphors. And then we've got the Vivid Lands. Don't think... See, look at this. 32 playables. So we just want to get the curve right and get the curve right, and also get get the best synergies in these cards. Like, I know Mole Drifter doesn't synergize with anything. You could make an argument for cutting the Blue Splash, but Mole Drifter is just so good. And we do have, we're going to be running these Search for Tomorrows anyway. And I'm not super experienced with the Vivid Creeks. I'm not sure what expansion they're from, but they are, I think they're good enough that you can just run them, like, even if we weren't playing blue or red. I think we will. Maybe not. Maybe not. So what else can we cut here? I'm not going to cut the removal. Cut one of these. So we'll start separating out the creatures. So these are like kind of actually 1-drops. Oops. Those are all creatures. This guy might not be a creature. Those are all creatures. Alright, so Apocryphide's also extremely playable. But I think we've got enough going on at the 2-drop slot. Like, there's those 3 actual cards, and this is a cycle. And then there's also these are actually disguised 2-drops. So I'm okay with having 5 2-drops. You don't want to kind of overload in this format. No, that's not a creature. 3 3-drops. I think we can cut the Imperiosaur. If we're going to we need to get thinner on the 4-drop slot, and it doesn't synergize really with anything we do. And actually, just like big dudes like this are not that great in the set because there's so many tokens, So I think we'll cut the Petals of Insight. I think I'm going to leave in the Mole Drifter because I do want to have 1 island in the deck for Tromp the Domains, so that we get 3/3 instead of 2/2 on that. That's pretty significant. You could make the argument for, if we had a bunch of arcane spells, I might put this in here, but do we even have 1? Well, we could just cut that one. I think that was the only one. Yeah. If we had Kodama's Reach or something, that would be a thing, but Kodama's Reach isn't really that good in this this archetype. So throw those over there. Alright, so this is 27 cards. We need to cut 4 more. I think I have to cut the incremental growth. especially because we don't have that many early Thalids, so this isn't really a turn 5 play. It's like a turn 6 play or something. And none of our guys have trample or anything. Well, until we do this. Then they have trample. That's interesting art. That is very interesting art. So 3 more cuts. We are going to leave in the mana force because we're trying to get a crucial critical volume of Thalids going on. I'm going to cut the Rift Sweeper. Makes us a little bit light on the 2 drops, but this format seems to be okay with that, and then we don't have to worry about getting nailed with that or with that. Because hopefully there's a fair volume of games where on turn 2 Search for Tomorrow's suspended. Okay, 2 more. Should probably get rid of one of these 4 drops. Clearly not these 2. Clearly not the actual Thalid. So the tap a bunch of my guys to tap one of their guys, or just like a 3/3 with some upside. I guess we'll set him aside. I'd probably put Apocryphite in over. Yeah, Apocryphite probably would be better than Rift Sweeper, just because I don't have to worry about stuff, and I can do shenanigans. Reach of Branches. I guess it's another way to get a bunch of dudes in. I think we are going to leave the Apocryphite on the side and just run fewer 2 drops. So I mean, we've got Kitchen Fangs and whatever. We can stabilize the board fairly quickly. Turn 3 Spore Sower, Thalid, etc., etc. Alright, 1 more cut. Not the Mole Drifter. I know you're all saying, get rid of the splash. Consistent size, make your mana consistent, but I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. I think maybe Blinding Beam. Like, I think I just want to overwhelm them more than tempo them out. That's good if they're trying to just bull rush us, as we can you know, just make sure that his creatures don't tap next time, or don't untap. Kind of fog it. You can also use it offensively. Oh shit. 1 minute left. Okay, so add land, suggest. Okay, so we're gonna go down to 9 forests and just add the Vivid Creeks, as because you can get white mana from them too. Actually, I'll cut 1 more forest and add plains. Sure. What? Okay, I'll add a forest. See you in round 1.